shit. I'm here, baby! Hey guys, it's Roast Beef here with another jungle guide. Today I'm talking about Vi, the Piltover Enforcer. Vi is a champion who has the ability to play in a brawler and frontline playstyle, or as an in-and-out assassin playstyle, depending on your runes and items. I'm here today to talk about how to play Vi in these different roles so you can climb super fast using Vi Jungle. First, we're going to cover Vi's abilities and how to best use them, then we're going to runes and their items, before moving on to some basic mechanics, followed by what I think are some really solid tips and tricks for Vi Jungle. As always, make sure if you enjoy that you like the video and subscribe. If you can't get enough, come by the Twitch stream sometime. I'm live Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday from 7 to 11 p.m. at twitch.tv/roastbeef, and I will gladly answer any questions you have, there or in the comments below. If there's a certain champ you'd like to see next, or a special tip you want to share, make sure to drop those in the comments below as well. Starting with Vi's abilities, Vi's passive is Blast Shield, which gives her a shield for a percentage of her max HP when she strikes an enemy with an ability. This has a cooldown which can be lowered by proccing the passive on her W, and properly managing this cooldown is crucial to keeping your HP high during early clears. Vi's Q is Vault Breaker, which charges a powerful punch that carries Vi forward when recast. The damage and distance traveled depend on how long the charge was held. This skill is Vi's bread and butter, so make sure you max it, and even more importantly, make sure you land it, because there is nothing worse than missing your Q on your ganks and walking back into your jungle slowly, sadly, and just disappointed. Vi's W is Denting Blows, which is a passive ability giving Vi armor pen from her auto attacks. After 3 hits, the target's armor will be reduced by 20% and they will take 4 to 10% of their max HP in physical damage, along with lowering the cooldown of Vi's Blast Shield by 3 seconds and giving Vi an attack speed steroid for 4 seconds. Vi's E is Excessive Force, which can have up to 2 charges. These charges work as auto attack resets and cause your next attack to have extra range and damage. They will also hit behind the target in a cone for the same damage. And these can crit, so if you want to go crazy with some Essence Reaver builds, go for it. Vi's R is Assault and Battery. It's a point-and-click ultimate that has Vi dash to an enemy, knocking them into the air and dealing physical damage. During the dash, Vi will knock aside, briefly stun, and deal the same damage to enemies in the way. So if you can press R in the AD carry with all 4 of her teammates in front of her, you're going to deal a ton of damage. And then get blown up, but it'll look cool. Now that we've covered her abilities, we can go over Vi's runes and item setups. Vi has some wiggle room on her runes and items based on how you want to play her. If you're looking for the standard Vi runes, run Hail of Blades, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Relentless Hunter of the Domination tree, along with Triumph and Legend Alacrity in the Precision tree. These runes work well with both the Assassin and Bruiser playstyles, so it's what I run most of the time. If you expect to be in long fights, against tanks especially, running Conqueror can work because it gives you a lot of healing and damage over those extended duels. And if you're worried about getting blown up by enemies when you gank, Aftershock can work alright, giving you a lot of armor and magic resist, but you sacrifice a significant amount of damage for those tank stats. For items, Vi wants to start Blue Smite since she typically does not do long duels and prefers quick assassinations on squishy targets. If you are playing the Bruiser tank style, you will typically build Trinity Force into Asterix, and if you're playing Assassin, you can build Eclipse into Death Stance or a Lethality item. I find it to be more fun to build Eclipse into Death Stance because it gives you more damage, but Trinity Force into Asterix is probably a lot more consistent. Divine Sunderer is also very strong right now, so consider building that instead of either of those two. You will be grabbing Merc Treads if their team is CC heavy, because if Vi gets CC'd, she dies, and you will be building Tabbies if they are not CC heavy. Whichever build you go, your items will be Trinity, Sunderer, or Eclipse, followed by Asterix or Death Stance, and then the other one. A Guardian Angel is also a really good 4th item to look into, because you will typically dive into the middle of their team, and you need to stay alive for objectives, so a revive from GA can be huge after you blow up their AD carry. If they have strong magic damage, a Spear of Aegis can be a nice last item, otherwise finish off with Thornmail. Now that you know what her abilities do and what runes and what items to run, let's go over playstyle. As Vi, you typically start W into E into Q, and then you'll max R, Q, E, W. You want to start W for the attack speed and % HP damage, and then get E second so you can proc your shield more often. Be careful if invading, because Vi doesn't really have much level 1. And if you get Q first for the level 1 help, it will really hurt your clear speed and clear healthiness. Vi wants to full clear the first time around, potentially skipping Krugs in order to get Scuttle Crab when he spawns at 315. Vi ganks can be very good even just at level 3 due to her high damage and Q mobility, and once you get to 6, your ganks are almost always a kill. I like to note when I'm playing my games where the enemy laner places their wards and then go around those wards by using my Q to jump over walls. Ganking like this can take a little bit longer to do because you've got to wait for your Q cooldowns, but most of the time it will result in summoner spells used and a kill because they won't be expecting it and won't react in time. As you get into mid game, you want to focus on helping your team pick enemies who stray too far from their team or walk too far into fog of war. When you combine Q and R range, especially with Flash, you can cover a lot of distance and lock down enemies for your team to finish, but be careful about jumping in like that because you will also get very far from your team. Once late game rolls around, you need to be careful as your scaling is alright, but by this point, if you go in alone, you will die very quickly to their team. Finally, the section we've all been waiting for, my tips and tricks for Vi. Before I get into them, make sure if you haven't already done so to like the video and subscribe to get more awesome guides like this one. If you like the video and subscribe, it really helps me so much. I hate to ask so often, but I have to. I also stream 3 times a week over on my Twitch at twitch.tv/rochebeef, where you can catch more gameplay and learn all the secrets because I'm sure I'm forgetting something in this video. Anyways, the first tip I have for Vi is on your Flash Q. You can start charging your Q, Flash, and then recast your Q to cover a lot of distance and surprise enemies. You can also recast Q and then Flash, but when you do this you have to land directly on your opponent or you will not get the CC or damage. Flash QR can lock enemy AD carries down from miles away, and you can blow them up if you have the damage. And the really cool thing is once you do it once, they have to be cautious of you always, or risk dying. But be careful, as when you do this Flash QR combo, you will get super far from your team, and like I said earlier, if you go into their team alone, you will get focused down, blown up, and die. The second tip I have is when you are ganking and charging a Q, try and wait out their dodges. Try and wait to the last second of your Q recast, because a lot of times people will dodge to the side and you can close distance to them during that dodge. A lot of times they'll also blow their dashes or their flashes trying to escape, and if you haven't queued yet, you can just readjust your aim and hit them anyways. Another final tip for the Q is that, especially right after your ultimate stops, you do not have to wait the whole charge to recast it. You can tap it again right away for some really quick CC. And I want to note that this does less damage, does not CC for as long, and doesn't move you as far, but sometimes that extended CC can be the difference between them flashing out and kiting you out, or dying in your burst to your team as well. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, as it really helps me in the channel tremendously. If you want to see a certain champ, make sure to comment it below, and if you want to see all of the cool guides I've made, make sure you subscribe, and maybe come by the Twitch once in a while too. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 7 to 11 p.m. at twitch.tv/roastbeef. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day. Oh, he jumped. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was about this close. I really should have blast him in the pit. He would have actually been able to kill him really easily there. See? I really want to get this Herald. I want to get this and then go back. God, this feels so much better than Warwick. Oh, I'm so close. No. I have to wait for that. I have to wait for that. It's too good. It's too good to pass up on. It really fucks up my timing, but like that's such a huge power spike. Fuck. Wait, Akali's top side? What? Actually, wait. Maybe they won't suspect it. Oh my god, I cleared this quick. Whoo, shit. Whoop. Am I dead here? I'm probably dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Woo! Let's go, baby! I'm going here with that. Just gonna drop it and go. I just want to get farm going. Farm speed. Oh shit. Akali's bot lane. Akali got nothing off that roam. We got the tower. Man, that's super tempting for that poor Ezreal. What is your team? AD, AP, AD. Nice! I'm gonna go look for Kha'Zix in his jungle, because I feel confident I can take him now. Oh, he's topside. Nothing here if we need to steal. Yeah, there's something there. That's awkward. I need to not be here. Shit. Shit. Damn, wait. I didn't know Triss could... What did Triss stun me with? Oh, no. Oh, God. We just gave Triss so much gold. Fuck. That was my bad. I'm dumb as fuck. Shit. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. That was so dumb. Bard stunned me. Fuck. Oh, Death Dance all the way right now. Wait, no, I want that part of it. Shutdown goal's not good. Yeah, I thought I could get to her before she, you know, killed me, but that was not the case. Giving shutdown gold to Tristana, not something I want to do, but the good news is Ezreal should scale well. Yeah, I wanted to just get out of there, but I fucked up, and I thought we could kill Bard quickly, but that was not the case either. But Death Stance should be really nice for this build. I'm gonna come up here, yeah. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. I have my R. Oh, you're crazy. Shit. Oh my god, you do damage though. What? Got him! Fucking, I didn't flash. I had it. I didn't have it. No, Tristana's getting kills. Fuck. Oh shit, she just said Malzahar, have fun. Like, Malzahar can actually kill him, can he? Yeah, he absolutely can do that. I forgot Malzahar's Malzahar, so he just said... Let's see if I can get my Ezreal head. For the fuck-ups earlier. I'm sorry, buddy. Do I got my Death Dance? I'm close to my Death Dance. Hey, kitty. As long as they don't fight, we're okay. Oh god, really? It's fine. It's fine! Fuck. Alright, so I'm pretty large here. This Death Stance is going to be huge, especially against their team comp being almost entirely AD. Jesus, Malzahar, that's wonderful. Shit. Pressure Baron. I do want to pressure Baron, actually. 100%. Oh shit. I'm here, baby! Nice. Hell yeah! Ah! Okay, Steve. I'm playing Vi again, because goddamn, that was fun! Ooh! That felt good, baby. That felt good. That felt real good, baby. Ooh, okay. 8-1 on Vi. I like this one. I like this game. Let's do another one of those. That felt good. That felt good. I didn't get an honor? I didn't get one honor! Ah!